Bielefeld girls hosting Duluth East. Opening tip-off, Greyhounds wasting no time. Sierra Fuller finds Lily Cuddle under the basket. She gets the basket and the foul. Next Greyhounds possession, Ashlyn Gunther looking to pass, but she'll take this one herself through traffic off the backboard, make it a 5-0 game. Now Rachel Hagan grabs the steal, passes it out to Gunther. She knocks down the tray ball, up to an 8-point lead for the Hounds. Greyhounds continue to handle business and beat the Hunters 89-24. Heading over to Hermantown, who played Rock Ridge tonight. Second half, the Hawks with a very healthy 31-point lead. Blake Schmidt from the three-point line, and it is cash. Next possession, Nathan Hill to Abe Sumas. Basket is good from underneath. It's 67-33. Hawks cruising in this one. Sumas playing both sides of the court. This time gets the steal, takes it all the way. Tomahawk slam with the right, the finish. With Hawks win 108-77 over the Wolverines. And to end the long night of basketball, we have Proctor and Duluth Marshall beginning in the first. Hilltoppers, they're up by 1. Soren O'Rourke from beyond the arc. The three ball is good to take to make it a 6-2 game. A few minutes later, Rails down by 2. Nick Reed passes it to Carter St. Germain. St. Germain knocks down the three ball. 1-point game. Rails back down by 2. Wesley Theory gets the steal. James Pioro to St. Germain. He gets the layup to tie it up at 10. Last check, the score was 59-41. Rails were up. Dan, I will not sleep until I get that final score. Email me, tweet me, just